We are live. Hello out there. How's everyone doing today? Popping in a little bit later today. Yesterday and the day before, I hit the morning time and trying to find a really good time to perhaps see when everyone may be able to just kind of jump in here and engage. But I am Dr. Tam. I am your empowerment coach here helping you to elevate in your careers and elevate in your life. So hope all is doing well today. Today I want to talk a little bit about just kind of drop a little something for you. But my purpose of coming on every day on showing up on live is just to drop a little pearl. And so a pearl is like a gem. A pearl is something that's very valuable, something that you can add to your tool belt that I trust and believe is definitely going to help you to elevate in your life and to elevate in your career. And that's the goal. We're trying to move up, right? Everyone's trying to get to that next level. So here in this space, this is what we are all about, working with one another for me, helping you to elevate in your life and in your career. So where are all my lovely ladies? Where are my sisters this afternoon? I guess everyone is busy, but just in case no one happens to be available right now to jump in here in this conversation with me, I will save this so then you can perhaps go back and check it out later. I encourage you to do that because I know it's something that's going to bless you. So today I'm just really kind of adding on to what I talked about yesterday. And yesterday we talked about the importance of presence. And I've been thinking, I've actually been thinking a lot about that. Just like, how are you present? Like, how do we show up? Because I posed a question yesterday. Did you know that you are present before you're actually present? Meaning that if you're going into a situation like a job interview, you're looking to elevate, you're trying to get that big promotion, trust and believe that they perhaps, if you are one of those prime candidates, they're going through your resume, they're looking at all your information, your experiences, your skill set, they're going through and they're looking at these things. Trust and believe that they have looked you up. So how are you showing up? When your name pops up in an internet search on Google, what pops up? Maybe your Facebook page, and if as a professional, hopefully it is something that's tied to your name. I strongly encourage that because you are a brand all on your own. So it's not the hotgirl.com. We're not doing that. That's not the presence that we want to create. But when they go to look you up, when a future employer goes to look you up, how are you showing up online? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, especially for professionals. How is it that you are actually showing up online? So be very aware of that. And make sure that there's nothing out there that could be potentially damaging, that could tarnish your reputation, or would leave question to anyone. Be like, I don't know about her. So ladies, my sisters, clean it up, making sure across the board that we're good, that we're presenting ourselves, we're highlighting our skills, we are maybe sharing some of our experiences, sharing that we're out in the community, sharing that we're networking, sharing that we're engaged. If you have opportunities to post of events that you attend or perhaps projects that you're working on, that's great to have that presence out there, to let others know who you are, because they will already have a perception of you before you even enter the room. So presence is something that's really important. But as I was thinking about this a little bit more, why is it, I don't want to use the word why. We post what we post online, knowing that it is something that could potentially be damaging to us in the future. What do you do about that? Because a lot of times there's been situations where I know things have been posted about people and they've come up into job interviews, and the employer has done their research on them as a candidate, and then something pops up. But then when they bring this up to you, or the person whom they're interviewing, then you're like, oh, I forgot about that. Oh, that's on there? Yeah, that's on there. So how you are showing up. Here's a really, really good time to go back and do an audit of all of that, just to make sure that you are good, just to make sure that things are clean across the board. Our presence is very important. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. So before you ever sit down at an interview table to speak of your value and how you can contribute to that company, if you have been looked up online, yes, pictures that you have posted have already created a perception of you. What is that perception? Is it something positive or is it something that's negative? So that's why I strongly urge you to right now, hey, let's go do an audit, take a look at what is out there and what actually needs to be cleaned up. Making sure that our presence is clean, that we are good across the board, that we're looking good across all platforms. Okay. This would have been really, really good for somebody to jump in, and I hate that no one is able to join right now, but hopefully this is definitely a pearl that you can add to your professional pocketbook that I know is definitely going to help you. Always be cognizant of how you are showing up. Always be aware of your presence. Remember, every day is an opportunity for an interview. I remember years ago I had always had aspirations of moving up in leadership. My background is education. And so I remember I was in a role much like an instructional coach. And so I was in that role for an entire year and absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. I had opportunity to work with teachers, helping develop teachers. I was still had my hand helping with student groups and helping them to advance. So it was kind of like one of those, perfect, at the time, one of those perfect roles for me, because I kind of had my hand in both things that I really, really loved. And so I remember at the end of that school year, or being in that particular role, there was another leadership role that was actually coming up. And I had not said anything yet about it, meaning that I had not expressed my interest. Well, I was interested, but I had not expressed my interest to the powers that be at the time. So I remember very clearly one day I'm sitting at my desk and I actually get a text. And for me, it was the power to be telling me to go online and fill out this application. And I was like, wait, what? Okay. So I'm over here, all excited, filling it out and everything. And then a little while after, I went back and I was like, okay, so like when do I interview for this position? And I will never forget her response. I should have saved that text message. But I will never forget her response. And she said, you've been interviewed for the past school year. And I was like, wow. I didn't know. I didn't know. But my work over that past year had shown and spoken to my skill set, my leadership skills in particular, how I was able to manage things, my organizational skills, like all of that, like me, the whole little package. I was being interviewed for an entire year and had no idea. So that's why I say it's very important that you know that every day is an opportunity for an interview. So how you are showing up. Yes, we've talked a little bit about online presence, right? That's super important. But when we're talking about across the board, that's either online or like physically that you're physically present. Especially if you are within a company and you're looking to move up in that particular company, in that particular space. It's very important that that you conduct yourself as a prime candidate. Whether it happens at that organization or not, or that company or not, and even if it doesn't, if an opportunity on the outside opens up, then you have still rehearsed, you have still practiced and carried yourself in that manner. So you have been preparing all along, whether the opportunity is in your present company or it's in another company. So it's important when we talk about our presence, either online or actually physically in person. But that's that one thing I will never forget. And that was years ago when that opportunity happened. My supervisor at the time actually contacted me, the power to be, like she contacted me, and I was like, hey, go online and fill out this application. Now, because of my presence, I'm sure she, she had known that I had aspirations of moving up, that I was like, hey, I'm a go-getter. Like, this is the direction that I'm going. And this was someone that I was in communication with quite often. So yes, like wanting to climb, like, yeah, that came up in conversation sometime, that's positioning yourself, looking at those small opportunities to showcase yourself and advocating for yourself. So I'm sure along the way, there had been conversations about that next level or what that perhaps would look like. And so when the opportunity actually came, it's not something that I sought after, they came after me. Is it what I wanted? Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. It's what I wanted. But because of the way that I conducted myself and because of my presence, I had positioned myself to be the prime candidate for that position. And yes, I did actually get that position. So our presence is very important. How we engage with other people around us, the energy that you bring into a room when you do become present in a physical space, or even online for that matter, whether you're popping into a Zoom room or actually popping into a physical room. Does the climate change when you enter? And if it does, do things start to heat up? Or, does it get cold, intense? Cut it with a knife, right? So your presence that's you. That's you. That's how you are showing up, okay? That's how you are actually showing up. So, hey there, Zuza. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Hey there. Today we're on here talking about the importance of our presence. Whether we're being present online or whether we are being present like physically in a room. So in this season where we are trying to elevate in our careers, where we're elevating in our lives, presence. Can't stress that enough. The importance of how you are showing up. The energy that you are bringing. Are you positioning yourself or showcasing yourself in a way that, not to be cocky or arrogant, but are you doing so in a manner where you are like, you know that you're knowledgeable, you have the experience, you actually have something to contribute, right? Are you letting that be known? So showcasing who you are, showcasing what you do. Hey, Miss A, it's you. Oh my goodness. Hey. Oh my goodness, it's so good to see you. Like online, see you. Yes, I am doing well. I missed you too, and I hope that you are doing well also. Oh my goodness. Wow, it's a name I hadn't seen in quite a while. But very good to see you online here. Yes, yes. Love, 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 love. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. But yes, it's super important how we show up, whether we're in the physical space or whether we are online. So I challenge you, go online, like do a really, really good audit to look at everything. It's so good to see you too. Look at everything that's out there, that you have out there, that your name is tied to, that you are associated with. Look at that and see if it does truly speak to you, to your person. Is it a good representation of who you are? Okay, do that. Do a quick little audit, and when you are present in the room, when you're walking into rooms, into a space, a physical space. So we're talking about like your energy. How are you changing things for the better, or are you? People are like, oh, why does she show up? Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully you were showing up and they like, yes, the answer is here, right? Or they're super excited to see you, to hear from you, because they know like you're that one. You're that one who's going to add the value. You're that one who's going to come with the ideas and the potential solutions. You're the one who's going to kind of rally everyone together and like, hey guys, let's figure this out. We can do this, Are you that one? So think about that. Physical presence. Think about that. Online presence, think about that. Answer the big question. In both arenas, in both spaces, are they true representations of who you are? Okay? So again, remember, your presence is known well before you are ever present in the room. That is another pearl for you to add to your professional pocketbook. And I know that is going to help you to advance not only in your careers, but to advance in your lives as well. All right? We're adding to. Remember, we're adding value. We want to be contributors, not taking away. We're adding to. We want to be that one. Okay? All right. Thank you guys for popping in today. I'm going to be back. I told you the other day that, hey, these lives, we're jumping in here. We're doing this. This is a challenge actually for this group that I'm a part of. But this is cool. It was good for those who are able to jump in today and hopefully tomorrow. Can't say exactly what time, but I'm trying to find like a good time where there's more activity and people can really get engaged with the conversation. But this was great today. Absolutely great. And so I'm going to I'll pop in here again tomorrow. Toodles.